Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's Wellness Wednesday. Tonight we will be talking multivitamins. For those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Sharon Kafour. I'm down here in sunny Melbourne, which it actually was today. I'm a wife, I have a beautiful son, I have a cat, and I'm a rebel. Well, I've been told I'm a rebel because I ride a motorcycle at the grand old age of 61. In my other life, I'm also an integrative nutrition health coach, and I work with women specializing in menopause and hormone imbalances. I am also an anti-aging specialist. Now, tonight we are going to be talking about some products, and before we go on, I just want to say that these products do not intend to cure, treat, prevent, or mitigate any disease. Tonight is purely for educational purposes only. So tonight we're going to look at why we need to supplement, how we select the right products, the origin of disease and ill health, and cellular sufficiency. So let me just do that. Right. So first off, why do we need to supplement? I eat enough fruit and vegetables. I'm sure you've heard that one. I've heard that one a lot as well. The other one I've also heard is, why take supplements? I just end up with expensive pennies. Well, there are a number of aspects to this. I think that despite eating a healthy diet, you can often still have nutrient gaps. And this can happen for a number of reasons, things like soil quality, food processing methods, cooking techniques, and individual dietary preferences. Some people also have specific nutrient requirements due to medical conditions, their age, or their life circumstances. There are also people who have dietary restrictions, such as allergies, or specific dietary choices, such as being vegan. So they also might have difficulty obtaining all the necessary nutrients from food sources. And there are also some medical conditions which can affect your nutrient absorption or actually increase your nutrient requirements. And if we think about it, in today's world, it's pretty fast paced, we're pretty crazy, we're running around. It can actually be challenging to consistently consume a wide enough variety of fruits and vegetables every single day. Also, too, one group I haven't mentioned are athletes and those who are physically active, such as our amazing Andrew and Vicky. They may also require more nutrients to support the energy levels, the muscle recovery, and their overall requirements. So you can see that there are actually a number of reasons why we need to supplement. So these things have been studied. I'm sure you've seen all of the reports that come out that say you don't need to supplement, or you do. But there is actually evidence to suggest that nutrient levels in some modern foods have declined over time. And there are several factors that contribute to this. Things like soil depletion, which we may have heard of, reduced variety in crops being grown, modern food processing practices, and of course the transport and storage of food. Not to mention genetic changes. So all of these things contribute to our food not quite being what it was. So there are 9 essential nutrients missing from fruits and veggies. There are declines in vitamin and mineral contents of fruits and vegetables, such as you can see there. There are also changes in the ratio of nutrients, like there could be a shift towards higher carbohydrate and lower protein in some vegetables, and also variations in nutrient content among different varieties of the same crop. So why does the body need vitamins and minerals, you ask? I'm so glad you did. The body needs vitamins and minerals for essential functions like energy production, immune support, bone health, and maintaining overall well-being. If you think about it, the body is an amazing biochemical machine that has thousands of processes going on every single moment of every single day. And those biochemical processes require, let's just say, a specific recipe of nutrients in order for them to happen properly and effectively. And if we're not getting it, then They don't happen. So how do you select the right product? Well, I don't know about you, but if you've ever walked into a health food store or Chemist Warehouse or wherever you buy them, it's overwhelming with how many different varieties there are of supplements. But very few of them actually take the body's needs into consideration. So things you might like to think about are things like, do they have a difference between morning and night? We have different nutrient needs as we go through the day. There are also incompatibility aspects amongst some of the nutrients, especially with calcium and magnesium, depending on when you take it. And of course, they all need to work in sync with our natural rhythms. Why? Because our digestion works with our natural rhythms. So let's have a look at our circadian rhythm. So if you think about it, when we're waking up in the morning, I don't know if you've ever had this, you might have a flush of warmth. That's generally your cortisol coming in, because what normally happens is as the melatonin decreases, the cortisol hormone comes in. As we go through the day, the cortisol will increase, so you'll have more blood pressure. In the afternoon, the cortisol is still rising. It's usually your best and most active time. I know certainly for me, I get more productive and more active the later in the afternoon it gets, weirdly. And then generally what happens during the evening, your cortisol drops while your melatonin increases. Now, this is where people who are highly stressed struggle, because their cortisol doesn't tend to drop when it should. It stays high all the time. So circadian rhythm varies as we grow, as you can see, from babies to teens to adults. The amount of sleep that's generally required changes, and the different melatonin and cortisol levels, it changes. Certainly my 21-year-old is not quite a teen, but you know, he's not going to hit real adulthood till about 25. He's still in that sort of, you know, 7 to 12 hour scale with his sleep. It's really quite interesting. So let's look at now the origin of disease and ill health. So every challenge has one thing in common. Whatever it is, if you look at it, it's cellular dysfunction. So the two causes of cellular dysfunction are toxicity from chemicals in the food we eat, in the environment, radiation, lack of sleep, exercise. I would also say too much stress would be added to that as well. And deficiencies. Now, interestingly enough, one of the things that scientists are looking at is the drive to eat could potentially be caused by the body's need for specific nutrients that it's not getting. So it's triggering us to eat something. Unfortunately, we tend to eat foods that aren't necessarily what the body wants. So our goal here is talking about cellular sufficiency, because that leads to optimal health and vitality. Now, LifeVantage, if you haven't already heard of us, we are known as the masters of cellular health. We have a proven track record with our products. They're award-winning. We're publicly traded. We've been in action for over 20 years. And a lot of our products have been studied, especially Protandim NRF2. There are multiple third-party validation of this product. And if you haven't heard of our liquid collagen, go back to the person who invited you here and ask them about it. It is amazing. So our proven solutions are, for number one, or we have proven solutions, I should say, for both of these areas. So let's look at reducing toxicity. Protandim NRF2, again, if you haven't come across it, find out about it. It reduces oxidative stress within the body. It supports your liver, so it helps your body fight and eliminate toxins. And it actually increases the number of antioxidants that we have available in our body, which tend to decrease as we age, but we can change that with this product. And then the second solution is actually reversing deficiency. And these three are kind of like the three amigos. These are what we're going to be talking about now. So all of these products have time-wise nutrient delivery systems. So we have the AM, which we're talking about here. Obviously, taken in the morning, hence the AM name. It's delivering the vitamins and minerals that our body needs as the cortisol's rising, as we're waking up and getting ready to move into our day. So it's supporting a healthy stress response in the body. It's supporting your nervous system. And overall, it supports your general health and well-being. What's in it? Vitamin A, your B vitamins, which give you energy. Vitamin C, which is critical. It's water soluble. So we actually need to have vitamin C at multiple times during the day because we just weird out. Vitamin C is brilliant for your adrenal glands as well. It helps support you if you're stressed. Vitamin E and copper, an essential mineral, which sometimes we don't get enough of. The next member is our PM. Again, delivering these important vitamins and minerals at the right time in the evening as your body is winding down. Your cortisol is dropping, your melatonin is coming in. So it's setting you up for sleep. So it helps support your nervous system as you're calming down. It also helps support your general health and well-being, as well as supporting your vitamin and mineral levels. So again, you'll see there vitamin C. Again, choline, great for your liver and your metabolism and your brain. Vitamin K1, so there are two, possibly more, but two that I know of, vitamin K. There's K1 and K2, and they both have important roles within the body. Magnesium, of course, which helps us relax, and a lot of us are actually deficient in. Zinc is brilliant for your immune system, and it's got a calming blend in it of green tea and chamomile, which help relax you and helps with your sleep. So why are these different? Well, we've looked into the ingredient compatibility. As I said, some ingredients will cancel out one another. They work with your circadian rhythm, so they're working in tune with your body. It's highly bioavailable. And of course, we have a wonderful 30-day money-back guarantee. So moving on to the final member in our three amigos. This is one of my favorites. I'm a huge, huge fan of vitamin D, and I got very, very excited when this one came out. Most of us are deficient in vitamin D. Why? Even though we live in the sunshine country, it's because we get limited sun exposure, and the body can only produce this when it's exposed to sunlight. However, it also depends on the time of day, the time of year, your skin color, and the amount of skin you expose. Now, for me, with vitiligo, I have to be extremely careful when I go out in the sun. In fact, I'm usually covered up and wearing sunscreen, which a lot of us do. So vitamin D for me is absolutely critical. I wouldn't actually be without it. We also tend nowadays to spend a lot more time indoors. And if we're outside, we're wearing sunscreen, and all of these things can reduce our body's ability to synthesize vitamin D from the sun. Additionally, dietary sources are relatively limited, and not everyone includes enough vitamin D rich foods in their diet. We go back to why we need to supplement, or the various reasons. So this tends to lead to a widespread vitamin D deficiency, which has implications for your bone health, your immune health, and overall well-being. In fact, scientists I've seen are looking into the role that vitamin D plays in the role of autoimmune diseases. And certainly I can say that with my own diagnoses of autoimmune diseases, and this is my personal feeling, I was severely vitamin D deficient, which would have contributed to what happened. The other thing about vitamin D, which most people don't think about, is it plays a huge role in depression and anxiety. Think vitamin D equals depression. So it's an essential vitamin to monitor, and I'd encourage absolutely everyone to get their vitamin D levels checked regularly. Vitamin D3. So it's more than just a vitamin D, which was one of the things that I loved about it, because it's got other key nutrients in it. So those key nutrients are the other vitamin K2, menaquinone 7. It actually helps the calcium be absorbed properly into your bones. Magnesium, as I said, we're often deficient in magnesium. Calcium for the bone mineralization. And also this last one, which I got very excited about, Equisetum arvens extract. So as you can see there, horsetail. It helps your bones again, which are critical as we're aging, especially for women. It helps support the proper absorption. So when you pair that with our amazing collagen, which helps provide the matrix for the minerals to latch onto, fantastic bone health ingredient. As I said, also depression, anxiety, moods. It's brilliant for bone strength and health, your immune system. Vitamin D is one of those ones that if you're not taking a vitamin D supplement, go and get your levels checked because you probably should. Okay, so that brings me to here, which if you're new to LifeVantage and you'd like to start on any of the products mentioned here tonight, please go back to the person who invited you along to the webinar and ask them how you can start taking them. And if you're already a customer and would like to know more on how you can add these to your subscription, again, please reach out to the person who introduced you to the products and get them to help you. We all want to feel better, do more, and live more. You know, we want to love life, we want to live it. And when we're on the right products, our body can do that for us. So I'd like to say a huge thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you found value in the information presented. And please keep an eye out for more Wellness Wednesdays coming along. And if you've enjoyed this webinar, please share it with your family and friends. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Have a good evening.